Welcome to the deep dive. We're all about unearthing those pairings that seem unexpected, but then
Yeah.
they just click perfectly.
Uh-huh.
And today, we are diving deep into something truly special, something that's, well, it's lighting up taste buds everywhere from Tokyo to Paris.
Mm-hmm. What are we talking about?
Sushi omakase and champagne.
Ah, yes.
Indulgent.
Incredibly indulgent, isn't it? But also surprisingly harmonious. It's this dining experience built on like a shared philosophy,
Precision.
artistry.
Absolutely.
So our mission today is really to unpack why.
Mhm.
Why do these two traditions, they seem worlds apart, right? You've got this peak Japanese culinary craft,
Right.
and then this French icon of effervescence. How do they manage to create such a, I don't know, compelling dance? Flavors that contrast but also complement.
Yeah, it's fascinating. And, we're drawing a lot from this great piece by Wineful Living for this exploration.
Good.
And what jumps out right away, as they point out, is this deep, deep commitment to craftsmanship, to quality.
It underpins everything. The sushi chef's meticulous work, the champagne maker's careful blending, it's like this shared language of excellence.
It really is like an unspoken agreement. So, thinking about you, listening right now, when you first hear sushi and champagne, what pops into your head?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a celebration. Or maybe it's a bit of a head scratch. Well, get ready. You might be surprised by how perfectly they actually click together. It's almost magical.
It really can feel that way.
Okay, let's dig into that core idea then. Why does this pairing just work? You mentioned craftsmanship, quality.
Yep.
Think about that sushi chef.
Yeah.
The focus, the knife skills, almost meditative. Picking the absolute freshest seasonal stuff, preparing each piece with such intention.
Total precision.
Right. How does that artistry, that intense focus, harmonize with, say, the champagne maker's process, the blending, the aging? It seems different, but...
But there's a connection. It feels like two masters speaking the same language, doesn't it?
Ah.
A language of dedication.
Ex-
And what Wineful Living really highlights is the effect this pairing has. The sensory experience. It's transformative.
How so?
Well, the champagne, it doesn't just cleanse your palate, it actually elevates it. Those bubbles, they're not just for show.
Uh-huh.
They act like tiny little scrubbers, basically, refreshing your palate with every single sip.
Okay, I see. A reset.
A constant reset.
Yeah.
So those delicate, sometimes really fleeting nuances of the fish, they come back. Stronger even. Not dulled by the last bite.
Interesting. So you get a fresh discovery each time.
Precisely. And then there's the acidity. That bright acidity cuts right through the richness,
Yeah.
the oils in fatty fish like, Tokoro.
Oh, yeah. Delicious, but rich.
Very rich.
Yeah.
But the acidity highlights the fresh ocean flavor, stops it feeling heavy. It creates this delicate balance of textures, too. Crisp champagne, buttery Toro, or mineral notes in the rind against that briny intensity of uni.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not just some trend.
Yeah.
It really is, like the source says, a profound culinary joy. You feel it.
So it's that synergy, precision, artistry, but maybe something deeper, too, like a shared philosophy.
How do you mean?
Well, both traditions seem built on capturing something ephemeral, fleeting beauty, the perfect moment for a fish, the fleeting bubbles in a perfectly aged wine. Does that shared approach elevate it beyond just, food and drink?
That's a really insightful way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's about reverence, respect for the ingredient, for the process.
Mm-hmm.
The sushi chef waits for the exact right season, the perfect cut. The champagne maker waits for the best harvest, the ideal aging time, both respect time, nature.
Right.
So when they come together, you're not just tasting stuff, you're experiencing these two parallel stories of dedication meeting in one single kind of exquisite moment.
Like a conversation.
Exactly. A conversation between the cup and the plate. And it keeps surprising you because each element gets to shine without, overpowering the other.
Okay, we've sort of established the why these two seemingly different worlds actually line up so well. Let's shift focus a bit to the heart of the food side, omakase itself.
Ah, yes.
For anyone who hasn't tried it, it can sound a bit mysterious, right? This intimate performance. The name, I leave it up to you, it implies so much trust.
It really does.
But what truly defines that experience? Where the chef is almost reading your reactions, guiding your meal.
It's totally immersive. That's what Wineful Living really gets across.
Yeah.
There's no menu, right?
No menu.
Because the chef picks what's absolutely freshest that day. So
Yeah.
every single time, it's a unique journey. It can't be replicated.
Wow.
Imagine sitting there watching the chef move, so precise.
Yeah.
And then each piece arrives, more beautiful, more surprising than the last. They're building a story with flavors.
A narrative.
Yeah. And the progression is crucial. Usually lighter, cleaner flavors first.
Yeah.
They're moving towards richer, more complex ones. It's like a really well-structured wine flight, actually. Builds anticipation.
And watch you.
Oh, yeah. They observe your enjoyments, your reactions, and they might subtly adjust the next piece based on that. It's very personal.
So, given that unique structure, that evolving nature where every bite's a surprise, how does that affect the pairings? What does champagne bring that maybe, say, traditional steak pairings don't? Or vice versa?
That's a really important question because steak pairings, they're beautiful, traditional, subtle rice notes, very harmonious.
Right.
But champagne brings the specific set of tools, let's say, that makes it an equally perfect and often, I'd argue, more dynamic partner for omakase.
Okay, like what?
Well, first, texture transitions are huge in omakase. You go from silky hamachi to maybe a crisp scallop, big jump. Champagne, with its different styles, can handle that range really gracefully. Second, its brightness, its acidity. It doesn't just cleanse. It actively highlights the fresh, natural flavors, makes them pop without masking anything.
Enhances, doesn't cover up.
Exactly. Third, champagne's own structure, its progression, often mirrors the way omakase unfolds. There's a natural flow.
And the bubbles.
And finally, yes, those cleansing bubbles, they are invaluable, refreshing the palate between really distinct flavors. So each new bite feels like the first. Clean slate.
Makes sense.
You know, Master Sommelier Madeleine Trifon summed it up perfectly. She said, "Sushi, omakase, and champagne create a dining experience that's both indulgent and harmonious. The chef's precision meets the winemaker's craft in perfect balance."
That really nails it. Indulgent and harmonious. Precision meets craft.
Doesn't it just?
But, okay, let's be real. For someone who still thinks sushi equals steak, champagne equals parties, it might still feel like a bit of a leap.
Sure.
How do we bridge that gap? What makes champagne, surprisingly good with food in general, not just sushi?
It's got that secret weapon, like the source says. High acidity and effervescence.
The bubbles and the brightness again.
Exactly. Those two things make it an incredible palate cleanser and flavor amplifier. Think of it less like just a party drink and more like, I don't know, a sophisticated sparkling condiment.
I like that. A sparkling condiment.
Yeah. And when you're picking one for omakase, there are basically three main styles to keep in mind. Each brings something a bit different to the table.
Okay, let's break those down. What should we be looking for?
Right. First up, you've got brut champagne. Think of this as your versatile all-rounder for omakase.
The workhorse.
Pretty much. It's crisp, it's dry, really refreshing. Moderate acidity. That makes it super compatible with a whole range of fish. Especially good with leaner cuts like yellowtail or traditional tuna sashimi.
Okay.
It just resets the palate beautifully, handles those transitions between different fish really well. And often a good non-vintage brut, that means it's a blend from different years for consistency, is a great, often affordable way to start.
Good entry point. What's next?
Next, Blanc de Blanc. White from whites, made only from Chardonnay grapes.
Ah.
So this gives it a lighter feel, more mineral-driven. Often you get these lovely citrus notes. This style is fantastic with delicate stuff. Scallops, uni, crab. Also great with fatty whitefish because it brightens up those creamy bites.
Cuts through the creaminess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially the really dry ones. They give such clean transitions between courses. Really enhances any natural sweetness, too.
Nice. And the third?
And third, rosé champagne. Now, this one brings a visual element, too, right? That gorgeous pink color.
Definitely adds to the occasion.
For sure. But flavor-wise, you get these subtle red fruit notes and strawberry, maybe raspberry. It's got this slight fruit character that pairs beautifully with richer fish. Salmon, absolutely. Ikura, the salmon roe. Fatty tuna again, even. It just adds another dimension to those bolder bites.
And looks stunning.
Totally.
Oh,
it creates those really memorable dining moments.
Okay, this is where it gets really juicy. Let's talk specific pairings. Iconic ones that Wineful Living says create moments of pure culinary bliss.
Yes, this is the fun part. These pairings really show the magic.
Give us the goods.
All right, let's start with Toro fatty tuna with brut champagne.
The classic rich bite.
Exactly. And this is all about perfect contrast. Toro melts in your mouth. It's luxurious, but it could get overwhelming.
Right.
Brut champagne, high acidity, lots of bubbles. It just slices right through that fattiness. Refreshes your palate with every sip, every bite. And the texture contrast. Creamy fish, crisp bubbles, pure harmony.
Where would that typically land in an omakase meal?
Usually works best fairly early on. Sets a really high bar right from the start. It's like, imagine this soft, rich blanket lifted by a cool, crisp breeze. That's the feeling.
Love that description. Okay, what else?
How about uni sea urchin with blanc de blanc?
Ooh, uni. Divisive, but amazing.
Definitely amazing. But it's a challenge, pairing-wise. It's
Yeah.
intensely creamy, complex ocean flavors,
Mm.
like a savory custard from the sea.
Yeah.
Blanc de blanc with that minerality and bright acidity is the perfect counter. It actually lifts the uni's natural sweetness, gives it a clean finish, creates this really fascinating dialogue between the two.
Mineral notes and ocean sweetness.
Exactly. And the source even suggests serving this in a white wine glass, not a flute,
Why is that?
to really let you appreciate the aromas, get the full complexity. You don't want to miss anything with uni.
Good tip. And one more.
For a total multisensory experience, Bikura Salmon Roe with rosé champagne.
Ah, the pretty one.
Visually stunning, right? Bright orange roe, gorgeous pink champagne. But it's way more than just looks.
Okay.
The rosé's subtle fruit notes perfectly match that sometimes fruity, sometimes briny quality in the Ikura. And the texture, you get the pop of the roe and the pop of the bubbles together.
Oh, fun.
It's exciting, playful, and unforgettable mouthfeel. It's just a combination that always delights, makes each bite an adventure.
Wow, okay. Hearing those specific examples really makes it click.
Oh,
It makes me think, though, what's a common misconception people might have about these pairings? And also, so what does this mean for you, listening at home? You
Yeah.
might think this is strictly fancy restaurant territory, but Wineful Living says, nope, you don't need, master chef knife skills to do this at home.
absolutely not. That's a crucial point.
So how do we bring this luxe pairing into our own dining rooms?
Well, first, that misconception you mentioned. A common one is that champagne is just too powerful. It'll overwhelm delicate sushi.
Yeah, I can see why people might think that.
But if you choose the right champagne, like the Brutes, the Blanc de Blanc we talked about, it actually enhances. It doesn't dominate. That's key.
Okay. And making it happen at home.
Totally doable. The main advice from the source is focus on quality over quantity, and presentation matters.
Don't try to make everything.
Exactly. Pick maybe 4 or 5 types of sushi you can either prepare really well or, let's be honest, source beautifully pre-made from a great place.
Quality sourcing is key then.
Non-negotiable. Always, always use sushi-grade fish from a supplier you trust. Safety first, but also texture. Find a good fishmonger.
Got it. What else for sushi?
Presentation,
Yeah.
simple things. Wooden boards, minimalist ceramic plates.
Yeah.
Let the food be the star. You eat with your eyes first, right?
Sure.
And try serving it in courses, not all at once. Mimic that omakase flow, even if it's just 2 or 3 small courses.
Nice touch. What about the rice? That seems crucial.
Oh, it's the unsung hero. Use fresh-cooked short-grain rice and the seasoning rice, vinegar, sugar, salt mixed in properly while it cools. That makes all the difference in texture and taste.
Okay, good sushi tips. Now, the champagne side for home.
Right. 2 big things. Temperature and glassware.
Okay.
Chill the champagne to about 45, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's, 710 Celsius?
Cooler than fridge temp, but not ice cold.
Exactly. Too cold dulls the flavors. This range preserves the texture and lets the taste come through. And use proper wine glasses, not narrow flutes.
Really? Why not flutes?
Flutes look nice, but they trap the aromas. A wider wine glass lets the champagne breathe a bit, lets you appreciate the smell, which is a huge part of the experience.
Makes sense. How much do we need?
1 standard bottle usually serves 2 or 3 people comfortably for a meal like this. And hey, for a bit of fun, pop the cork at the table. That's a little ceremony.
I love that pop.
Who doesn't? Oh, and quick tip. If you need to chill a bottle fast, ice bucket, fill with water and some salt. Chills it down perfectly in about 15 minutes.
Ah, the salt trick. Good one.
Works like a charm. These little details, they really lift the home experience from just eating to, a proper celebration.
Fantastic practical advice. Now, inevitably, this brings up questions. When friends are planning their first go at this.
Always questions. It's natural.
What are the common ones you hear? What should people know?
Okay, yeah. Top question is often, is champagne really better than sake?
The classic debate.
Right. And the answer is, neither is better. They're just different experiences. Sake is traditional, subtle rice notes, harmonious. Champagne brings that bright acidity, the bubbles. Great for cutting fat, cleansing the palate. They offer different things.
And many places offer both now.
Exactly. Lots of high-end sushi spots offer both. So you can even compare. Choose your own adventure.
What about budget? Champagne can be pricey.
True. Good question. If top-tier champagne isn't in the budget, definitely look at Cremant. That's French sparkling wine made the same way, just outside the Champagne region. Often excellent value.
Cremant.
Or reliable non-vintage brutes from big houses can be accessible. Even Spanish cava can work quite well for a home tasting. You still get similar acidity and bubbles.
Good alternatives. Do restaurants specifically offer these pairings?
Yes, absolutely. More and more upscale sushi places are highlighting champagne pairings. Some will even create a custom pairing menu if you ask ahead when booking. Worth calling.
Good to know. And that worry about dry champagne overpowering things.
Yeah, people worry about that. But again, if you pick the right style brut, Blanc de Blanc, and serve it chilled correctly, it really complements, it enhances. It doesn't overwhelm the delicate fish. It's about finding that balance.
It's all about balance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Letting both the sushi and the champagne have their moment.
Well, this has been quite the journey. We've covered so much. It really feels like the beauty here with Sushi Omakase and champagne, it's in that shared, thoughtful craftsmanship, isn't it?
Absolutely. Behind every piece of sushi, every glass of champagne, there's this dedication to technique, ingredients, tradition.
Right. Shared values, precision, seasonality. You know, that Japanese idea of shun, capturing the absolute peak moment for an ingredient. It feels like that mirrors Champagne's idea of terroir, that sense of place, the soil, the climate, the tradition, all captured in the wine.
That's a beautiful parallel.
Yeah.
A deep respect for where things come from and when they're at their best. Tradition, but with room for innovation, too.
Definitely.
And, beyond just the taste, there's that element of ceremony we touched on.
Yeah, the whole ritual.
That careful presentation of each piece, the sound of the cork, watching the bubbles dance. It turns eating and drinking into this complete sensory experience. It feels special.
It really does. It's about making those moments count, whether you're at some fancy counter or just relaxing in your own dining room.
Precisely.
So we really hope you feel inspired to explore this pairing. Maybe seek it out at a restaurant, or hey, use some of these tips and create your own special evening at home.
Give it a try.
And that leaves us with a final thought for you to consider. Thinking about these principles, contrast, harmony, quality, what unexpected pairing could you discover in your own kitchen? Maybe start simply. Grab a decent brut champagne. Notice how it changes a familiar bite of tuna or salmon or yellowtail. How does that ongoing conversation, that back and forth between the cup and the plate, how does that keep you engaged from that very first taste right through to the last delicious memory?